Good afternoon, guys. Joe Hussel is back, and this time to make a video about a question I've been asked very commonly and very often, not just by people in the comments section or by email, but basically by my friends, and it's a question that keeps coming back. So I want to address it and make a video about it. And the question is, Joseph, how do you stay positive all of the time? There must be a time when you're not so positive, when you're grumpy. And so I decided to share with you how I basically keep a positive vibe to myself, and how I can share it to others. So the disclaimer for this, however, is that I'm not always just like happy, positive, outgoing, risk-taking, all those positive things that are attractive in a man. We are all human, and there are times when you are just not feeling it. So you might be grumpy if you didn't sleep too much, or if you're hungry. But I don't take the typical route of just like exercise and eat healthy and all. I don't really do that. What I do is I do these 5 things, or like I stick to 5 key principles that I want to share today, and the acronym for that is HAPPY. So HAPPY. Now, the first one is H, which is hobbies. You always want to have hobbies in your life. If you don't have a hobby yet, get one as soon as possible. It could be a dance class, it can be yoga, it can be going to play golf with your buddies like I like to do every weekend. It can be playing an instrument, singing. It can even be starting an online business. So there's something that you're passionate about, you want to really stick with it, especially if when you do that activity you stay really present and in the moment, and you cannot think about other things like from the past or into the future while you're doing them. So I would say get at least 2 hobbies where you can really be present and in the moment. So for me, I have 3 actually. Mine is playing piano, playing golf, and cold approaching women on the streets, coffee shops, malls, restaurants, train stations, airports, and all those places except for bars, because I just don't like them. So that would be one thing, so hobbies. Next is A, and A stands for acceptance. Yeah, basically you have to tell yourself that from now on you will accept all, accept everything that comes in your way, because the definition of a problem is when you are faced with a challenge that you start to resist. So it's like, oh, I can't deal with this, no, let's stay happy, let's not get in touch with those negative emotions. No, if you're feeling a negative emotion, accept it, and basically feel it as deeply as possible, and then it will go away. For example, if you get angry, just accept that you're angry. Don't try to push the emotion away. Tell yourself, I'm so angry right now, Jesus, I'm so angry right now, I'm so angry right now, and just keep doing that, and you will see in a matter of seconds you will just start to laugh about it and realize that probably you're not angry about something you should be angry about. But on a macro scale, if you have some challenges, some conflicts with people, don't try to resist them. Actually ask yourself, okay, can I do something about it? If yes, how can I fix this? Not why is it always me, why am I always the victim, none of that stuff, because that will only drag you down. Instead, ask yourself, how can I fix this problem? What's the next step? And if it's something that you can't change, like the weather or your flight came late, just accept that you can't influence it and move on. Yeah, because it's no longer in your circle of influence. Now we have 2 P's, and the first one is people. more importantly, positive people. You want to surround yourself with as many positive people as you possibly can. Entrepreneur Jim Rohn, I think it was, yeah, he said that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that, my friends, makes a lot of sense. Because if you're a positive person, naturally, but now you start to surround yourself with people who are stressed, who are depressed, you will eventually get sucked down into their mentalities and their philosophies. So if you feel negative and you're usually positive, it's probably because you have a negative person around you. Now, if that's the case and it's a friend, you can basically punish that behavior by distancing yourself, but give them like one more chance. So maybe if you meet every Saturday, say, I can't do it, I'm busy, which you should be busy doing something, and that links to the next one, which is purpose. Yeah, so first you should give them one more chance to become positive with you and encourage positive a mindset. So anytime they say something positive about their life, say, yeah, a good job, you handled that very well. If, however, they are negative people naturally, I wouldn't suggest you spend any more time with them, because there's no more profit to be gained from that, and you can only be dragged down from your positivity. Now the bigger challenge is when it's a family member. Now, because I know, for example, my mom, she's not the most positive of people. Actually, she's maybe one of the most, like, she's a great person, but she's very negative in the way she thinks about life and other people. So I still encourage to stay in contact. Don't delete them and say, I will never see you again, or something like that. But just make sure you don't spend more time with those people than is necessary. Number 4, which I already said, was purpose. Now, if you have ever read the book Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, you will find that you are like a bicycle. You always need a mission, a purpose, a goal to reach. Because if you don't, then it's like the bicycle no longer has a destination to reach. And if it has no destination, it will fall over. So you always want to strive for new challenges, new goals, and the most important thing is, once you reach those goals, give yourself more goals, more advanced goals, more goals that will just turn you on when you wake up in the morning and you're like, fuck yeah, I will tackle that today and I will be fucking good at it. So that can be starting an online business, that can be becoming an English teacher, that can be becoming a pop star musician that will go viral on YouTube. Just anything that you are passionate about, but you have to love that thing in order to really stick to your guns and complete your mission. Now the last one, you might be wondering, well, what does Y stand for? Because we already have 4 words that stand for in the acronym. So what is Y? Y is actually nothing. And I threw that in there just to kind of test if you really grasped the concept of acceptance, if you can really accept that Y doesn't stand for anything. And in this world, yeah, there is no should. Yeah, anything that someone says should happen is basically made up and created by society itself, which you are an equal part of, just as everyone else. So there is no should. The truth is always subjective, and there's nothing that Y stands for. So always remember that even though there are some rules, there are no real rules that you can't bend every now and then. And remember that you should just say, fuck it. Everything is not the way it should be at all times. So back to acceptance. So if we make a review, hobbies, always do hobbies, travel a lot, flights are very cheap these days, so are Airbnb flats that you rent, some music, sports, always do something during the week that keeps you present. A, acceptance. P, positive people, in order to be the most positive person you can be. P, number 2, is purpose. You should always have an aim, a mission, a goal that keeps you alive and keeps you focused. And finally, Y, there is no why. Can you deal with that? So that is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I am Joe Hussel. Take care. See you guys later.